Anansi goes to lunch, or why Spider has a small waist. Everyone knows that Anansi the spider is greedy, but sometimes he even surprises himself. One day, Anansi was on his way to market when he saw his friend Hippo.
"Good day, Anansi," bellowed Hippo. "I was hoping to run into you today. We're having a lunch party for some friends. Your favorite African food. We're having pork roast, yams, rice and beans, and melon. Can you come, Anansi?"
Anansi pictured the feast: pork roast, yams, rice, and beans and melon. His mouth watered. "Of course I'll come, Hippo, but I have some things to do before lunch. I'll tell you what." Anansi reached into his pocket and pulled out a long string. "I'll tie this string around my waist, and you take the other end. When lunch is ready to be eaten, just pull on the string and I'll come running, and I'll bring my appetite."
"Good enough, Anansi.
"I'll be seeing you soon." Hippo and Anansi waved goodbye and went on their way. Soon Anansi saw his friend Elephant coming away from the market with lots of bags.
"Hello, Anansi. I'm glad to see you. We're having some friends over to our house for lunch today, and we'd love for you to come. We're having American foods: hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries, and apple pie. Can you come, Anansi?"
Anansi's imagination went to work. He could almost see those hamburgers and hot dogs and smell the apple pie. Of course he wanted to come, but Anansi had already been invited to Hippo's house, and he wanted pork roast too. He pulled out some more string. "Sure I can come," Anansi answered, "but I have some things to do before lunch. I'll tie this string around my waist, and you take the other end. When lunch is ready to be eaten, just pull on the string, and I'll come running, and I'll bring my appetite."
"Good thinking, Anansi.
"I'll be pulling the string soon." Elephant went off with the string around his trunk, carrying all of his bags. Anansi was happy. 2 invitations to lunch on the same day, and his favorite foods. Anansi licked his lips and thought about those delicious meals. When he reached the market, Anansi saw his friend Zebra.
"Hey, Anansi," called Zebra. "I'm having a lunch party at my house today, and I'd like for you to come. We're having Italian food: pizza, spaghetti, lasagna, and ravioli. Can you join us?"
Zebra asked. He showed Anansi the food he had just bought. Anansi pictured pizza with the works and spaghetti and meatballs and steamy lasagna, and he began to drool. He couldn't miss this. Anansi reached into his pocket for one more piece of string. "I wouldn't miss it for anything," Anansi answered, "but I have some things to do before lunch. I'll tie this string around my waist, and you take the other end. When the lunch is ready to be eaten, just pull on the string, and I'll come running, and I'll bring my appetite." Zebra went towards his home, and Anansi began to shop. "What a great day! 3 lunch invitations and all of my favorite foods. I wonder when lunch will be ready," Anansi thought as he chose fruits and vegetables for dinner. Just as he reached for a big yellow squash, one of the strings began to tighten around his waist, and he got yanked backwards off his feet. "Oh boy, time to eat!" Anansi yelled as he got up off the ground. But just then, yank! Another string was pulled tight, and Anansi went splat right onto his face. "I didn't expect 2 lunches to be ready at the same time," he said as he got up and dusted himself off. But suddenly, yank! The 3rd string was pulled tight, and Anansi fell down again. Anansi got up and began to shake off the dust when, yank, yank, yank! All 3 strings were pulled tight at the same time. Anansi's waist was being pulled in 3 directions. Anansi was pulled this way and that way until pop, pop, pop! The strings broke. one right after the other. Anansi's waist had gotten smaller and smaller until it was no bigger around than a doorknob. As Anansi sat around waiting for his waist to expand again, he had time to think. I guess it's not such a good idea to be so greedy. And that is why Spider has a small waist.